Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning and reach for your phone. No WhatsApp, no TikTok, no Instagram, no YouTube. You assume your Wi-Fi is down, so you restart your router. Nothing happens. Then you check the news on TV. The headline appears. Global internet failure confirmed. Experts say restoration could take months, possibly years. At first, people laugh. Many think it's just another outage. But within hours, reality begins to sink in. The internet isn't coming back tomorrow or next week. It's gone. The first few days would feel strangely peaceful. Families would talk more. People would spend time outdoors. Children would play games instead of scrolling endlessly. Many would even celebrate. Maybe this is what humanity needed, they would say. But then the real consequences would start. Banks depend heavily on internet infrastructure. Online transactions would stop. Digital payments would fail. Millions of people who rely on mobile money and online banking would suddenly find themselves unable to access their funds. Imagine having money in your account, but being unable to use it. Supermarkets would struggle to process inventory. Supply chains would begin breaking apart. Stores wouldn't know what products were arriving or where they needed to go. Within weeks, shortages would appear. Not because the world ran out of food, but because the systems that move food around the world stopped communicating. Now think about modern jobs. Millions of people work remotely. Entire companies exist online. Digital marketers, programmers, YouTubers, freelancers, crypto traders, social media managers. Many would wake up unemployed overnight. Some businesses would survive. Many would disappear completely. The global economy could lose trillions of dollars within months. But here's where things get even more interesting. Without social media, celebrities would suddenly lose their biggest source of influence. Influencers with tens of millions of followers could become almost invisible. People who were famous online might discover that nobody in their local town actually knows who they are. Power would shift. Local communities would become more important again. Real-world relationships would matter more than digital ones. Education would also change dramatically. Students around the world rely on online learning resources. Universities store huge amounts of information digitally. Without internet access, learning would slow down. Books would become incredibly valuable again. Libraries could become some of the busiest places on Earth. A generation raised on instant answers would suddenly need patience. Then there's artificial intelligence. Most modern AI systems depend on massive online infrastructure. Many AI tools would become inaccessible. Companies that built their businesses around AI would struggle. Ironically, humanity might become more dependent on human experts again. Engineers, doctors, scientists, teachers, skills that existed long before the internet would regain enormous value. Now imagine something unexpected. Crime rates in some areas might actually decrease. Scammers would lose many of their tools. Phishing attacks, online fraud, fake websites, many forms of cybercrime would disappear overnight. But new problems would emerge. Without instant communication, rumors could spread faster than facts. People might trust word of mouth more than verified information. Panic could become a serious threat. Months pass, humanity adapts, new systems emerge, governments invest heavily in rebuilding communication networks. Radio experiences a massive comeback, printed newspapers return, local businesses become stronger. People learn how to live without constant notifications. Many discover hobbies they abandoned years ago, reading, sports, art, face-to-face conversations. Life becomes slower, but perhaps more meaningful. Then, exactly 1 year later, the impossible happens. The internet returns, servers reconnect, messages flood in, billions of devices come back online, the world celebrates. But something strange happens. Not everyone rushes back. Many people realize they were happier during parts of the outage. They slept better, spent more time with family, felt less anxious, compared themselves to others less often. For the first time in decades, humanity had experienced life without a digital world. And now they had a choice. Return completely to the old way of living, or keep some of the lessons learned during the year the internet disappeared.